So you're looking for a radio system for your side-by-side riding group. I'm going to tell you what we enjoy the most, so let's get it. Let's be honest, there is a huge plethora of options out on the market for you to pick from. Everything from simple two-way FRS systems to CB systems, ham systems, things that require a license. Some are just handheld, while others are going to be complete install in the car with headsets. And really, it can be complex. I mean, you get into things with licensing and stuff of that nature. I don't want to hassle with any of that. Now, at the same time, I don't really care about hearing the loud noises anymore. I'm kind of over all the loud mufflers and exhaust. I'm past all that, all the years of racing. I've had enough of it. I actually like to be more in peace or be able to listen to whatever I want to, talk to whoever I want to in comfort and not have to yell and scream. I want to be able to have a conversation very easily. That could be a simple conversation with a person sitting beside me, such as my wife in the side by side, or even the next car behind me that who knows is a quarter mile plus away. And there's one system that we found that has been really something that we would never change away from. And that system is Pardo. Now, this is not sponsored by any means. This has just been, to me, one of the best things we have bought when it comes to side by sides. Now, I know it's not for everybody because this system is not necessarily cheap. Everybody has to have one, but it also requires you to either use a headset or you have to run a helmet. Now, before I take these systems out of the way, let me just show you real quick how easy this is to swap between the two. If I'm running my headset that day, literally snap it in, not going anywhere. If I'm going to wear the helmet, literally, that's it. So I point that out to say that you have to run a headset or a helmet with this setup. Now, you don't have to run a full face or a modular helmet like I do. You can run a three-quarter helmet or even a skull cap. They have a setup just for those. You can even run regular earbuds in there and not have to wear any kind of earmuffs or anything of that nature. But to me, this has made the biggest game changer for us because when my wife, we're riding and stuff, my daughter's in the back, if somebody has to stop and go to the restroom, there's no trying to get my attention. No, we can be blasting through the trails and, hey, when we get the next chance, can you please pull over so we can go to the restroom? Super nice to be able to do that. My parents hears what's going on in the car. If they, hey, if they need to stop, they can mention up, say, hey, we need to make a quick pit stop. Everybody can hear and be on the same page. That's one of the nice things I like about this system, and not to mention the range. You can get, they say, up to a mile range. Now, I know that also is a little bit misleading because you have to have kind of a line of sight deal. So if you're in the trees and the woods and your hilly sections, your range is going to be reduced. But at the same time, if you have multiple people in the group, that extends it out. And I think the ultimate maximum range is like 5 miles on the group. But if you do drop out of range, as soon as you get back within range, it instantly picks back up. So there's no resetting things up. But if you're somebody that doesn't like to wear a headset or even a helmet, it's really not the set for you. But if you're someone that doesn't mind it, it really does make a difference. We ride a lot on the street and in the trails, and we're all the time using either the headset or the helmet. Most of the time it's the headset, but we do go to a couple parks that require us to have a helmet. And the nice thing is being able to take this thing within a matter of seconds and go from one to the other is really nice. You're also able to get this thing and bring it inside and charge this little section up without having to do anything crazy. There's no wiring that needs to be done in the car. There's no buttons to press. There's no keypad. I mean, there are buttons on here for this, but basically you just speak into the thing and it relays, basically everybody else hears you at that point. Now, let's say you don't want everybody to hear your conversation. You want to have a private one-on-one conversation. This will do that. You can easily go on there and click whoever you want. There's an app, and you can click the person's name and have a private conversation with them. Which brings up the other point that I really like about this is it allows you to listen to Bluetooth or take a phone call or even an FM radio all on this device hooked up to your phone. So I can listen to whatever I want as loud as I want. My wife can listen to whatever she wants to. Anybody else on the system, it doesn't matter. They can listen to what they want. Now, at the same token, if my wife, let's say she doesn't have her phone with her, she wants to hear music, I can share my music over with her so we can be listening to the same stuff if we want to. But if not, we can listen to whatever and however loud we want. Now, yes, you can take phone calls with this as well. So if you're out riding and you have a phone call or anything of that nature, you can answer it directly on here. And It surprises me that you can be running 50, 60, even 70 mile an hour and people can hear you talk and not have an issue hearing, which is really quite remarkable. For such a crystal clear voice, it's really quite nice. And you may be wondering, how well is this thing for durability? I can tell you, I have gotten mine wet. I have also gotten it dirty and washed it right off because, well, that's what riding side by sides does. It gets dirty, it gets nasty. And these things are IP67 rated, so no need to ever worry about. I shouldn't say no need to ever worry about, because I'm sure at some point you can have an issue with it, but we've not had an issue for as long as we've had them, and they have been very, very good. Now, the other nice thing is you're able to adjust the volume for each thing. So the intercom has its own volume setting as well as music. Now, it doesn't matter if you're blaring music super loud and you have the volume turned down on the actual intercom, it will still mute the music enough for you to hear that intercom and not have to worry about it. Now, I'll say the hardest thing about this entire setup is actually syncing the pieces together. You have to like hold a couple buttons down on the same time on each one and individually connect them. It's kind of a pain, but once you pair them up, they're there. So now with my little group, it doesn't matter. We turn them all on, we're automatically connected. There's no going back in there and saying, "Oh, I need to set this person up." No, we stay on that group, we connect in. Now, let's say if we're bringing in new people to the group, not an issue. We connect right into them at that point. But what they offer to me is the great flexibility. Helmet to a headset to being able to, if you ride a street bike, this is great for that because you can get all your Bluetooth on your headset or your helmet at that point. You can have groups of whatever. I mean, for goodness sakes, if you want to ride around in your car with a headset on, two different cars while you're on a trip, guess what? You can do this with that and not have to call. I mean, I don't know why you would do that, but you can. And I realize these things are not the cheapest thing out there. These things run about 400 bucks alone just for a single setup with a helmet. Then if you want to throw in the headset, you're another 100 and I think 25 bucks. You can get a dual set, save a little bit. The biggest thing is watch for the sales because they will throw some sales on sometimes. You can get them down into the mid to low threes. And that's when you got to snag them up. I think we got the headsets down to like 107 when they went on sale. But I would not change again. I would definitely buy these all over again and run these because they have really just changed the game for us. But if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Love to hear from you. And we're going to end this video off here, but stay tuned because very soon we got some new lights coming in that we're going to be installing, show you guys that, and kind of go over them and see what they look like. But we're going to end this one off here. Appreciate you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
All right, we going.